Six-pack. See the difference. So he wants a 3-pack box, so we should 3-pack. So you probably have to update that, because the box cost is a little bit.
Trying to see if we can get electricity from it.
I'm gonna send it to
Here.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
They need to do something that's positive, because they have a lot of,
You have.
oh, I know, terrible,
Yeah.
but.
I'm gonna have small town.
I am recording, so you might refrain from,
You're recording right now?
Don't go through them at all.
I refrain from people specifically.
So here's the chance of doing that.
Probably start them, can you do that, is there a contract with anything?
No,
I don't understand.
the group that we started back when I was chairman 25 years ago, has the power.
Yeah, we did that public hearing.
Yes, the power and the ability to buy.
You ready? Okay.
Alright, we'll call the meeting to order. I'll introduce myself, I'm Ray Lockwood, chairman of the IDA.
Per Marshall.
Andy Rhineflesh.
Amy doing?
Brian Lenny?
Tracy Barrier.
Hey. I'll have you read the whatever you call it, resolution, and then we'll open the meeting.
So today's meeting, we're using a different Zoom link than expected, so we'll be posting the video as soon as possible online. And anyone can, what we'll do is we'll set that up so people can leave comments there, or they can submit written comments as well if they weren't able to access the Zoom. So this particular hearing is pursuant to and in accordance with the certain project authorizing resolution adopted by the agency on October 6th, 2003, the 2003 project authorizing resolution. The agency previously appointed Cayuga Milk Ingredients, or the company, as agent to undertake a certain project as defined within the 2023 project authorizing resolution. And as of October 20th, 2023, the agency and company entered into a certain agent and financial assistance and project agreement, the agent agreement, a certain amended and restated lease agreement, a certain amended and restated lease back agreement, a certain amended and restated pilot agreement, and a certain amended and restated pilot mortgage, along with related documents, collectively the 2023 project documents. Pursuant to the 2023 project authorizing resolution and the 2023 project documents, the agency provided the company with certain forms of financial assistance. The 2023 financial assistance, including an exemption from all state and local sales and use taxes with respect to the qualifying personal property included in or incorporated into the facility or used in the construction and equipping of the facility, and a partial real property tax abatement provided through the pilot agreement. The company has submitted a supplemental application to the agency requesting the agency's assistance with proposed expansions and modifications to the 2023 project, including effectuating a lot line adjustment to the land through amendments to the 2023 project documents, the construction of an approximately 1,800 square foot building addition to be incorporated into the improvements, the 2025 improvements, the finance, leasing, and installation of certain additional equipment and tanks within and upon the facility to be incorporated into the equipment and the facility, the 2025 equipment, and the provision of additional financial assistance to the company in the forms of an exemption of all state, local sales and use taxes with respect to the qualifying personal property included in or incorporated into the facility or used in the construction and equipping of the facility in connection with the 2025 improvements and 2025 equipment. And mortgage recording tax exemption for leasehold mortgages to be entered into with respect to the 2025 equipment. Agency cost benefit analysis. The 2023 project involved an approximately $14 million capital investment by the company. Further, in connection with the 2023 project, the agency authorized and approved the company as its agents to make purchases of goods and services relating to the 2023 project and that would otherwise be subject to New York State and local sales and use tax in the amount up to approximately $9 million, which resulted in the New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits not to exceed $720,000. Based upon information provided by the company in its application, the project as modified will involve an approximately $38.6 million capital investment by the company, along with the payment of new revenues for the benefit of the affected taxing jurisdictions. In connection with the project as modified, the agency is contemplating authorizing and approving the company as its agent to make purchases of goods and services relating to the project as modified, and that would otherwise be subject to New York State and local sales and use tax in the amount up to approximately $19.3 million, which would result in New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits not to exceed $1,544,000. The agency estimates the following amounts of financial assistance to be provided to the company: a sales and use tax exemptions of $1,544,000. I read it.
Did you do that again?
I'm gonna have to.
Brian, if you want to briefly describe the project and then we'll open the public hearing.
Sure. So we're currently doing an expansion. We had the receiving bay expansion in the other one, but it's a little bit bigger version of that. We're also putting some equipment into this existing building at Key and Milk Ingredients where we have our dryer. It will also be an ingredient that goes over to the new facility. That will be helpful in all of our beverages that we'll be producing over there, really necessary for it to be successful. And then we are also, adding some equipment to process that extra product that we're putting the equipment in for over here, over at EDH. So the EDH is also adding significant capital dollars of equipment, tanks, et cetera, for this incremental beverage production that we have. We have a lot more lines in the facility than we did originally. And so that requires more equipment, and that's what all this infrastructure is needed for. Thank you.
At this point, we'll open the public hearing. Any comments? We will also take them by email and written mail and call it.
The email would be Cayuga County or director@CayugaCountyIDA.org.
Any comments? Give it a few minutes to see if anybody comes working through the door.
Good.
A part of this surely has to do with property lines and the lots that were sold to you.
I think we bought all the lots that were between CMI and EH, but because we're adding on, we need to have apparently, it's the same company that owns both. One's an LLC owned by the other one. Some of it's moving over for extending some of the building over that's going over the other product line.
So that's an internal thing.
That's an internal thing, really. I mean,
That's
it's
what I
not-
didn't understand.
Yeah, so it's really between the two sites that are owned by the same people. But because they're separate, we have to actually redraw all the property.
Are you still taking more milk
Yes.
from internal growth or a new farm?
Hopefully internal growth mostly. There's potential, it could be other farms, but at this point, right now it's internal growth. And if we indeed buy from other, we'll say co-ops in the area, that's possible.
You're more apt to buy from them than you are from individuals.
I don't know. I mean, most farms don't do individual deals. They're usually associated with some organization.
This is kind of nobody's business, but I'm kind of fairly close to the Mennonite group. They bought 2 farms from me and I'm milking cows on both farms. And is there any chance that you could negotiate with some?
Oh,
I don't know,
go to
that's-
Finger Lakes Co-op. That's where we want to get going.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Finger Lakes Co-op is like a branch of upstate Niagara.
Oh, is it? Okay.
These all started with Burn Dairy.
Burn. Yeah, and then when Burn, they dropped those tools. That when Burn sold out to upstate, we couldn't go to upstate because it's closed membership. But we went to, the Stringer Lakes Co-op, which is connected to, but just because he won, it's a closed membership upstate till somebody drops out, then you could get in. And we were like 200 on the list, but Finger Lakes,
They were,
they're mostly small Mennonite farm. We were like their biggest. They were pretty upset when we left.
yeah, most of those farms,
50,
50 to
30,
80 or 90 cows,
at the most, you know.
that's almost all of them.
I
So
think
they
just
have
wanted
no
to
power
make
to do anything.
That's a decision that the board has to make, so it's not something that I can answer at this point in time.
budgets, Andy.
No, but we talked about it.
And if everyone has it, could you just make sure that you sign in? There's a sign in sheet.
Okay, if no further questions, again, we'll take written. Email, phone call, and anybody's welcome to come to the next Thursday's meeting. Soil and Water Building at 4 o'clock. If nothing further, I'll close the public hearing. Thank everybody for coming.
Thank you. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Really fast to go on.